Hello. So today I want to talk about one of the main reasons why we see millennials and the younger generation continuously glued to their phones. You see it every day, you see it everywhere. You see people that are on their phones at the dinner table, during school lectures, or even during at work. But do we ever just take the time to step back and wonder, what are the origins of social media and where did this all stem from? A lot of the younger generation just take advantage of social media, but they don't really think back to understand or know what their history is. So, social media has been around for some time, and I myself work for a online marketing agency that provides search engine optimization and social media services to their clients. So we're all about increasing your online presence and knowing how to provide you with the best social media platforms that you can have. So a part of that job description includes me being knowledgeable of the origins of social media, as well as being up to date on the latest trends, as well as the continuous growth of social media. So for the next 5 minutes, I'd like to talk to you about the 3 most important parts of social media, and that begins with my research on the earliest methods of communication. So social media and communications, or rather the earliest methods of communications, began with what we know as writing letters, and these were delivered by hand from person to person. As mentioned on smallbiztrends.com in 1792, when the telegraph was invented. And the telegraph was invented as a faster way for messages to be delivered. Shortly after, air tubes or underground air tubes were also created in order to deliver messages and packages as well from one area to another. So these major inventions definitely paved the way for communication. However, 2 of the most major inventions would have to include things that we actually use today, but of course are more modern versions of its predecessors, the radio and the telephone. So now when we look at social media and communications, we see, or we tend to not understand where everything roots from. So the 20th century technology has gone through a rapid growth, and that all began with scientists who developed the supercomputer in 1940. They were able to develop networks between computers, which paved the way for the internet. Which also gave birth to early forms of email and newsletters as well. Home computers became popular and social media became sophisticated. Smallbusinesstrends.com recognizes the first social media site to be something called 6 Degrees. I'm not familiar, but from my research, 6 Degrees also allowed you to create a profile and befriend users as well. Shortly after, blogging sites became very popular, and one of the most major social media frenzies that we probably all know, MySpace. So MySpace was a platform that allowed you to create a profile, post pictures, like pictures, comment on pictures, you like different types of music. So I believe it to be a template for the social media platforms that we have today. So we looked at the earlier methods of what communication was. Then we also looked at social media as far as the 20th century. Now when we look at social media today, a lot of growth has occurred and a lot of changes have happened as well. So following the MySpace frenzy, a lot of sites that facilitated online photo sharing, such as Flickr and PhotoBucket, those became very popular. Shortly following became YouTube, which allowed for videos to be streamed. Then Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all social media platforms that became available throughout the world. social media just kind of blew up into, an informative and revolutionary way to deliver news, to connect with friends, to connect with family. And it's just become mainly our main source of communication for the outside world. So, today social media sites are just in abundance. And they even allow for you to link and to cross post and save time as well. So I have a visual aid for you to pretty much take a look at, and to also just remember that social media is a modern source that clearly have stemmed from their traditional roots. For example, Pinterest roots stems from scrapbooking, while Instagram mimics Polaroid snapshots. And you can see here the motion picture camera is something that has transformed today into Netflix. So keeping in mind that although technology, social media, and communication has definitely transformed and changed today, we also have to remember that there's traditional roots that it comes from and things that it does take template from. So to conclude, social media has tremendously grown over the years, and we can certainly learn and be excited of what to expect for the next 100 years. So first, we went over the origins of communication and social media. Second, we went over the growth of social media from the 20th century to present day. And lastly, I provided you with illustration that provides proof of the growth of social media and communication as well. So I want to thank you for your time.